everyone, so today is going to be a bit of a two-in-one video just because I have so many projects planned out that I really need to somehow catch up on everything. So there are going to be loads and loads of tutorials because on Monday, bank holiday, my husband helped me to put up some frames. I showed you some of the IKEA frames I got a while ago, and so I put it into a collage and then we put them on the wall, and it's in my studio. Looks really nice now, but I need to fill them, so there will be loads of sort of painting tutorials that I will share with you, so you will actually see the paintings that I will be putting onto my wall. So today basically I want to do two-in-one, which is going to be reviewing this MD Midori notebook, and this is the cotton, the 20% cotton A5, which is amazing because it's got so many pages in here and it's really thick. I think it's got 176 pages if I'm not mistaken, and it seems to be like a lovely paper. It's thicker than Tomoe River, and I ordered it on Amazon. I will leave all the links below as usual. I also ordered the notebook cover to go with it, and I'm going to put it on today, and I want to see what the paper is like when it is in action, and what I thought to do for today in terms of the illustration. I'll just find it quickly. So this is the illustration that I thought to share today with you. I told you a while ago I will do a little tutorial, and you were excited to see. It's very kind of scribbly and loose, and then I use a little bit of watercolor. It looks really nice on this Tomoe River 52 GSM paper, and it's in white. I don't know how it's going to look on this paper, but it's going to be a great way to kind of combine the two and see what the MD Midori notebook, how it behaves with watercolor and ink. So let's start. Okay, so to begin with, let's put the cover on, just because I don't want to get any watercolor or anything like that on the paper, on the cover. It looks very pretty, but because it's a white paper, it could, this rice paper is like I forgot the name for it. It's really nice, like a glassine paper. So I'm just going to take out the card stock from the cover. So here it is, beautiful binding. As I said to you before, it's stitched binding, so anything stitched I absolutely adore. So you get these signatures like this. If I put the book on the side, the signatures are then stitched together, and that's what it looks like. So very beautiful quality. I love the simplicity of it. And what I'm intending to do later on is to create some sort of art on the cover, because the paper is very nice, but that will be at some point. Okay, so here we are. It's all in now. It's perfectly smooth and has that glossy kind of look to it, which makes me happy because obviously I'm not going to get it dirty, and if I do some art later on, it will be perfectly visible. And that's that. Okay, so I'm just going to use my clips. These clips I got on Amazon. Sometimes I get questions about it. They're really pretty, rose gold. They're really cheap. If I find them, I'll try to put the link for you, but it took ages to get them delivered, so I'm not sure if you'd be willing to wait that long. I know Dina Wakley does these clips now as well. I'm not sure whether she does rose gold or not, but this type of clip, and she does them also in a mini size, in case you're interested. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. So let's jump into the tutorial. It's going to be a super quick one, so I'm not intending to speed it up, and basically I'm going to talk you through. So you can go for different hairstyles. You can go for a nice big bun, or you can have this short hair, whichever you want. Let's go for the short hair for today. And you also can do different facial shapes. So I'm going to do this one, which I have done over here. I'm just going to give her like a triangle facial shape. These are meant to be very scribbly and very, very quick. So I'm just going to not have much of a kind of thought, and I just will let my hand glide on the paper. So far so good. So here is the ghosting on the back of it, no bleed through. It's not as smooth as the Tamoy River paper, but that's not a problem, it's just different paper altogether. So for the hair, I'm just going to give her a little parting here in the middle, and then just sort of these kind of lines, really, just to suggest some hair. You can do that, you can leave that. Generally I would go in with black watercolor, but today and for this type of sketch it's mostly a play with ink. So if you like ink, this would be something you would enjoy. So that's it for the hair. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better, like so. So then I do lips like an M. You can do a bigger pout, a smaller pout. I like to give a little gap between the lips to suggest an open mouth. That just always makes it a bit more sassy. 2 little dots for the nose, and then the most important thing are the huge eyes. Now for this illustration, it's a very simple straight ahead looking face, so we're not doing any angles, which makes it a little bit more complicated at times. So just really scribbly. I should go really fast, a lot faster with my pen because I'm talking. I'm slowing down a little bit, but basically give her a bit of a smoky eye like so. And I like to, this one has a dreamy kind of eye, so I'm just going to put the lid slightly lower down. And then you can add lashes. I'm going to add lashes on this side, and then of course the eyebrows. The eyebrows are very scribbly. You can give her a moody eyebrow, which is what I'm doing right now. Just a straight eyebrow, slightly tilting downwards at the front. Okay, for the eyes, I'm going to give big eyes, and she could look up, she could look down. I'm going to give her a slight side look, slightly to the side, like so, like this. And then let's quickly draw in the chalker. Double chalker. I always give them a double chalker just because I think it looks nice. Now it's the time to do your scribble bits and pieces. So if you want to create correct something or give it a little bit more shape, this is the time. So I'm just doing that right now. You can leave it as a single line, but it really depends on what you like. So this is it. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm now going to show you how I like using this pen. So this is the Pilot Maica G-TEC-C, and it's a 0.4 in brown ink. This ink is water soluble, and again all the links will be below. I'm just applying it on the lid and under the eyes, so basically where all that black was, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm also going to scribble it a little bit into the eyebrow, like so. And I bought a pack of 12 because it works out a lot cheaper. And that's the link I will leave. If you think it's too much, I don't know, you can give it away to your friends, or you could, you know, just use them really. I think I'll go through them pretty quickly. So here I'm just making it bleed. So I'm just touching the water and I'm just letting it bleed like this, and that's creating a little bit of a darkness around the eye, which I am in love right now. So that's that. I don't know how the water is working. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it obviously has buckled a little bit from this thin paper, you would assume that, but I love how the illustration is looking on this. Ink looks incredibly beautiful. Yeah, the lines are very, very nice. So very happy with that. I'll grab my portable painter, and I'm going to now go in and just mix up a little pink, which I don't want it to be too harsh, so I'm going to dilute it with a lot of water, like so. And I'm going to just create a little blush, like so, making sure there isn't that much because I like it to be quite pale on the blush. I want the lips to be darker. And then I'm going to mix the lip color up a little bit, darken it up a little bit, and then just create a little bit more depth. So that's that. And then for the dress, it's going to be really fun and really easy. So I'm going to go in back in that pink, and I'm just going to scribble, do a little bit of scribbling, and then clean out my brush and let the watercolor just flow. And then on the other side I'm going to go into this lovely bright yellow, which is a lemon yellow, and I'm just going to make the two move together. Okay, so this is it, and you can leave it at that, you can play with it, and I would recommend to leave it because of this type of paper. It's a very thin paper. You don't want to mess about it. You need to be really careful because the more you go back and start sort of wiggling your brush in the paper, it might just, you know, break it apart really. It's a very subtle paper. So let me just dry it really quickly. Okay, so I have dried it now, and here is what it looks like on the other side. I would not recommend to use double pages. I mean, it's up to you. If you don't mind having sort of, you know, notes coming through at the back and you think it actually looks better, then that's up to you to do. For me personally, and given the fact that there's so many pages here to go through, I would just do a single page and keep it nice and clean. I absolutely love this paper, and it just looks really nice. I mean, look at the watercolor here. You know, typically for a watercolor lover, you always kind of look for the best 300 GSM paper, which is sort of you know, nice and thick and everything. But I've just been really enjoying these sort of fashion illustrations on these thin papers. I don't know, but I just love the style. I love the thin paper and going the other direction rather than the 300 GSM. So it's just something different to try. It might not be everyone's thing, but for me personally, I absolutely adore it. So thanks for watching and see you soon.